precious moment, you know? Just building those memories with your kids that they're not going to forget. You know, they're going to take that with them. So that's one of my kids' favorite things to do at Christmas, and that's really easy, and it's really beautiful. Then, actually, I shouldn't say favorite, because I have all these favorites. One of my favorite things, I love our church. The people at our church is so awesome. So wonderful. I never appreciated our church as much when I was younger until I got older, you know, and the wisdom of our church. So I did not learn about this until Claire was probably 2 years old. And I had a beautiful friend who, God was so good. You know how he puts these amazing women in your life. She's a beautiful woman. I'm about 4 years older than she is. She has 7 children. She lives in Texas now. But she was telling me about this. She's like, Margaret, you have to do the O antiphons. Like, what's the O antiphons? So she began to share with me about the O antiphons. And I was like, what? I never even heard about this in my whole life. Oh my goodness, where have I been? So these are our O antiphons. So the O antiphons, there's a great article actually written by Father William Saunders. And the article says, what are the O antiphons? I think he was at Christendom. I'm not sure if he still is. But, you can look this up online. I'm not going to go into everything. It's excellent. But I won't go into all the detail. It's really good. So actually, these date back to the 8th century. So by the 8th century in Rome, the church was actually using the O antiphons in liturgical celebrations in Rome at that time. And they were very prevalent in monasteries, Benedictine monasteries. So they would chant, the Benedictine monks would chant the O antiphons. And so what they were is, I wanted to read you this. Sorry, let me find this where this was. Okay, here we go. So I'll read you this real quick. The antiphons refer to the 7 antiphons that are recited or chanted preceding the Magnificat during Vespers of the Liturgy of the Hours. They cover the special period of Advent preparation known as the Octave before Christmas, December 17th through the 23rd, with the 24th being Christmas Eve and Vespers for that evening being for the Christmas Vigil. So the 27th, or the 17th through the 23rd. So that's when the antiphons, when we chant the antiphons. Each antiphon highlights a title of the Messiah. Each one is rooted in Scripture. So you can read this article. It tells you all about that. And I have this in English, but you can actually do it in Latin if you prefer. And so, like, the first one is O Wisdom, then O Lord, O Lord of Israel, O Flower of Jesse's stem, O Key of David, O Radiant Dawn, O King of all the nations, and then the last one being O Emmanuel. So the cool thing, I was telling Lori that this year, we've never done this. When we do the antiphons at our house, and we do this, we say them. But this year, we are going to sing them. And I am so excited. I know, I'm going to get my kids motivated for this, my husband motivated for this. But so when Claire was 2 years old, we had no money. And I was like, okay, I want to do this because it's really cheap. So I just got paper plates and yarn, and we made these. These are really old. She's 19. And then we put them on our windows in our kitchen like this. I taped the yarn, and then each day, starting the 17th, we would turn over the first one, and then we would say that prayer for the first one, and then the second one, and so on. And then a few years ago, we got a little bit fancier, and we did these together. Claire and Patrick and I did these. That was kind of fun. But the thing is so cool. Again, I just want to highlight, I love the way God does this. So when Claire and I, we made these, and that was during the week, and then we go to church that next Sunday, and we walk into the church. And I had no clue they were going to do this. And they had the antiphons up in the church, these big banners. And the homily was on the antiphons. And Claire, she's 2 years old, but She talked like she's about 4 or 5. So she's like, Mommy, that is what we just did. I know, I was like, thank you, Holy Spirit, thank you, Jesus. Don't you love when that happens, So again, it's a great reminder. We are the domestic church, right? I love it. I love you. Thank you, Lord. And the other thing that's really cool about the O antiphons is that these titles for the Messiah in Latin, if you start with the last one on the 23rd, which is O Emmanuel, and you work backwards till the first one, and you take the letter. So let me just try to, that's not so confusing. Okay, so you take the first letter of each title. So Emmanuel, E, R for Rex, O for Orion, C for Clavis, R for Radix, A for Adonai, S for Sapienza. Okay, and I think I just mispronounced that word, but the Latin word, that spells a Latin word. Okay, and it's the Latin word Eero-Cross. And what it means, Father Saunders says it means tomorrow I will come. That's a very loose translation. My son was like, it means, and he's right, I looked it up. It means I will be, as in I will exist, so that God the Son will become incarnate. Okay, so I will be. He is existing now. So isn't that so incredibly cool? Like, I'm like, how did the monks think of this? Like, this is just so beautiful. I was so excited. When I was reading this, I was like, what? I mean, that is so rich. It's so beautiful. You know, I'm like, oh my goodness, people leave the church and they don't even know what they're leaving. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful, you know? So, I don't know. That just really speaks to my heart. One thing I love Father Saunders, this is how he ends his article. I think this is so beautiful. He says, so the O antiphons not only bring intensity to our Advent preparation, but bring it to a joyful conclusion. Isn't that great? I love that. I really love that. So, anyway, that's O antiphons. These are really good. So then I just wanted to share with you, I have a bunch of books up here, and please come and look. There's just a couple, and there's a few I just kind of wanted to highlight. This one, it's not a it's not a religious book, but I just had to highlight it this year because this is actually the 30th year of it being published. And my roommate in college, who I'm about to see in New York City this weekend, who I haven't seen forever, gave this to me. I just looked at this and went, oh, this is from Kim. She gave this to me in 1989. But this is called The Polar Express by Chris Van Allsburg. It's just a really sweet, beautiful book, and the pictures are so sweet. You're probably familiar with it, or that they have made a movie a few years about it. The book is much better, of course. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because it's 30 years. I can't believe it's been 30 years since it's been published. I don't even have the cover anymore, but I love this book. And then, of course, there's so many good ones. But let's see. Okay, where's that one I wanted to show y'all? Okay, here we go. I see Lori's copy of it. Well, I'll just share Lori's copy of it. Thank you, Lori. So this is Who is Coming to Our House. This is really good for like 4 through 7 years. I know. I cry. I still cry when I read this book. So I'm really blessed because even though I'm not homeschooling my own children, I'm homeschooling another family's children right now. 2 of their boys, 2 of their 6 boys. So Andrew and Luke Kennedy. And little Stephen Kennedy, who's 4 years old. So I'm so excited because every day when I'm with them, I get to end my day with Stephen in my lap and I'm reading to him. So I'm so excited to read this book with Stephen because I don't have my own little kids anymore. So Who's Coming to Our House? So if you don't know this book, please do. You have to get this book for your small children. It's just a beautiful book. I cry every time I read it still. Yes. You know this book. Yes, beautiful. Another one that I really love is Country to Christmas by Tony Paul. I love this book. I was getting these books out when I took home, and I was going, oh, I can't wait to read these with the Kennedys. I can't wait. Thank you, Cena, for letting me do this. So, this is the thing I love. Well, Tommy, of course, isn't he amazing? His incredible art. But one of my favorite part of this book is this part right here. That's so beautiful when they're all kneeling before the Christ child, right? And so even Saint Nicholas here is kneeling before our Lord. And I don't know, just something about this last page touches my heart. I do cry when I read this book as well. Just really beautiful. He's so talented. I love him. And then another, I think you'll probably know this, the Christmas Mystery for a little bit older children. I highly, highly recommend this book. There's so many things that can be learned, and it's a mystery, so it's just really a fun book. You'll have to kind of look at it. It goes back in time. It's very, very nice book. So I definitely recommend this for kids. This is good for probably upper elementary, middle school kids. Very, very, very beautiful book. And then where is it? Okay, this one. Yay, thank you, Lori. All right, so I have this book as well at home. So The Race of the Birkenmeiners. So this is a beautiful pro-life Christmas story. And this is, I know I say this a lot, but this really is the very top of my Christmas list. Everyone needs this book. So this is a true story that happened during the golden age of Norway, and it's about this baby king of Norway, and these men, the Birkenmeiners, were having to save him from this other tribe that wanted to kill him, and so they had to race in the middle of a snowstorm in Norway with this baby, and they had to wear birch on their, they got the birch from the trees. They had to wear it on their legs to protect their legs. They had to ski across Norway. It's really incredible. It's a true story. And there's a Dominican priest in here, and it's just beautiful. And they end up saving him. It's such a beautiful pro-life story on Christmas. Anyway, I won't say the whole thing, but I highly recommend this book, and it is true. So, you don't have it? And I'll just say this other one. Room for a Little One. This is also for small children. That's so sweet. It makes me cry. And the pictures are gorgeous. And one thing that I've forgotten, because it's been a while since I've had little children, but even as I'm reading to my little Lukey, I call him Lukey. Lukey and Andrew Kennedy, they're 8 and 9. They cannot get enough of the pictures. And I've forgotten that because it's been so long since my kids have been little. So even at 8 and 9, they're like, and they're learning so much, and I'm reading them stories from just the art. So again, it's just so important to have beautiful pictures as well, because your children, and they pick up, like, I was reading something to Stephen today, and he was pointing out a picture to me. He goes, well, look, Mrs. Barrett, this, and I was like, oh, I didn't even catch that, but they're going to catch things in the pictures that we don't even catch, and that they're learning from. So yeah, this is just a gorgeous book. So I recommend this one too. I recommend all these books. Okay, so now I just wanted really quickly, and y'all are so sweet to listen to me, thank you. I just wanted to highlight a few. There's so many wonderful feast days, right, that we celebrate during Advent. So cool. So just a few real quickly, and I'll go through this real fast. But of course, December 6th is, of course, St. Nicholas's feast day. And so we have a lot of friends that they put out their shoes. We put out our stockings, our Christmas stockings, and put gold chocolate in there. And then we will read, before we get into our stockings, we just read the prayers of the church that day. The beginning of the prayer about St. Nicholas that will be said in the Mass. That's what we do. And we thank him. We thank him for his inspiration and the saint that he was for us. Then December 8th, of course, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. So, of course, we go to Mass. And in years past, well, we try to eat all white food for our supper. So we'll have like Alfredo sauce or angel food cake, or, just try to do all white food. That's kind of fun. Another thing that we've done is we've tried to kind of adopt a child. So we did this in Texas and here with Kathleen at Mary's Shelter. So we'll ask, like I asked Kathleen, and she introduced us to a wonderful woman that year. She was from Egypt. She'd come from Egypt, and she just gotten here. And so our family went to Mary's Shelter, and we had all kinds of gifts for her and visited with her, and then came back and visited with her another time and got to know her as a person. And that was fun. And when I talked to Kathleen, we arranged it. It wasn't on December 8th, but it was like the day before, the day after, just to kind of celebrate that this day. That's really fun way to celebrate it. Then the feast, Our Lady of Guadalupe. So Our Lady of Guadalupe is one of our very, very favorites in our home. My husband for many years was the director of 40 Days for Life, and so she is just very important because, of course, as you know, she's pregnant. So we have a big Mexican fiesta at our house. I cater in the food. I should make it, but I don't. So, in fact, David and I were just talking today about, because I'm not going to be able to do it on the 12th this year, so we're trying to figure out dates. And I was asking him, I said, do you think I'm going to have it on the 16th? He goes, Margaret, who's not going to come to a Our Lady of Guadalupe party where they get free Mexican food? I'm like, okay, we can still celebrate her and honor her, even if we're a few days late. So we do that just about every year, and I got a huge statue of her that we put out, and this friend of mine got a sombrero. So this is something that I try to do to all our little saint parties as my kids are grown up. So whoever's at the party I write their name down on a piece of paper. And so like for Our Lady of Guadalupe, I put families' names down, and it goes in the sombrero, and then everyone chooses, so out of the sombrero, and whoever's name they get, they pray that week during their family prayers for that family and that family's intentions. So that's been really neat. We've enjoyed praying for families over the years. And then we sing Immaculate Conception because we don't know any Spanish songs. But, Ave Maria. We sing Ave Maria. Yeah, Immaculate Mary. What am I saying? Immaculate Mary. Yes, y'all know what I'm talking about. Immaculate Mary. So we sing Immaculate Mary, and I have a beautiful prayer by St. John Paul the Great to her, and we all pray that there. We pray that prayer to her. So that's been a great way to celebrate Our Lady. In fact, Claire was like, Mom, okay, when are we doing Our Lady of Guadalupe? I want to make sure I'm home after exams. I'm not at a basketball game, because UVA has a great basketball team. She's going back there for games. So I'm like, okay, Claire, you might have to miss a game. But, so we really love that feast day. And let's see, I've been talking a long time. Oh, the one thing I want to tell y'all is I have a new website that my husband so graciously did for me, and I have a lot of resources on there. So I have like websites that you can go to, and I have all the names of books, these and a lot of other books on that website. So it's margaretbwright.com. So if you want to go in there, it's Advent. So it's called, you'll see it's called Awesome Advent. You can just click on that, and it will give you lots of references to books and to these ideas. So I think that's it. Oh, this is really good, real quick. So this is Christmas Around the World. So this is like one of the best books ever. So so cool. I have to be real careful with this book. Anyway, you'll have to look at this book. If you get a chance, there's so much in this. It's really cool. And then if you get a chance, you may know these, the Classical Kids. I absolutely love these. We still listen to these. And then this is A Christmas Carol. And there's some books up here for older kids as well. And then a little activity that we did with St. Nicholas. So you can look at that as well. But I just want to thank you all for listening to me. And I'm going to be praying for each of you that you have a very happy and holy Advent with your beautiful families. And enjoy them. Thank you. So please come look at these books if you like. Oh, Patrick, we did this one year too when he was in middle school. Christmas Around the World is really cool. I love these older things. These are fun.